thing called a chimera.
Mhm.
A chimera is from Greek mythology. It's an animal with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a dragon's tail.
Mhm.
But basically, a chimera is when you get two species and you join them together to make a third species. It's got half of one and half of the other. We can see chimeras common day, in the animal kingdom. We look at a mule, which is a cross between a horse and a donkey. You know, they're for all intents and purposes are chimeras.
Mm.
You know, one species crossed with another.
Yeah.
You know, people sometimes do this with buffalo and cows to make a beefier animal to rear. But I was reading once again. This is going back a while, but I'll come down to the point of all of this in the end. Right?
Yeah.
In the US, they were doing pig human chimeras.
Mm.
Now, the reason for doing the pig human chimera was that the pig, in theory, the pig would grow human organs, and then the human organs could be taken out of the chimera and used to transplant into 100% human bodies. However, what they used to be able to get the embryos. You know, they got viable embryos, but they had to kill the embryos because even the US put limits onto what, you know, how far their research could be done. But when you look at, it brings in two dilemmas. One is when does life begin? Because they were killing these embryos. And if a chimera had a human brain, would that be killing a human? Or would it be killing a pig? You know? So that is the dilemma and I think that's the real reason why the authorities in the US limited the research.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hoped that the researchers would fail, you know, but initially the researchers were allowed to have these embryos until 14 weeks. But they stretched it to 20 weeks. You know, they went over the top of the authorities and stretched them out a little bit further, so they could I don't know, dissect them better and see what they had once it opened up a little embryo.
Right.
So chew on that one.
Right. Okay. Okay. As to killing human beings, I think humans are already quite happy to kill each other. That's the reasons. Yeah, it brings into other debates about when does life actually start, which is obviously another big debate raging around the world at the moment. Again, sort of ethical problems. Yes, we have the technology to, if you like, grow natural human organs, be it using animals. Yes, I mean, when they're doing testing, it used to be for cosmetics, I believe, they use pigs quite a lot because the skin's very similar to human, reacts in a similar way. Yeah, and other experiments as well, because pigs are very close to humans. Yeah,
but these were 100% pigs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get to is that the chimeras
Yeah.
could have had a human brain.
Yeah.
And where do you draw the line?
Yeah, this is
Is
what I'm
it a
saying.
human? Is it a pig?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Okay, you're going to grow human beings. You put a human brain, wherever it comes from, into a pig. You grow it from birth, effectively. Yeah, you cross inseminate, I think is a term where you use, or however they do it, or mix the genes, or however. Yeah, when you're talking about crossbreeding animals, that's a big difference. The mule and the animal, the horse happened. Yeah, there's a similar breed in effect. You can't actually breed a human into a horse. And so,
Yes.
as far as I understand, not naturally. I can't, yeah. For example, yes, it's all fake and false. What will happen? I think they did Dolly, different thing, Dolly the sheep, if I remember, and things like this. But
It was cloned. That's different.
that's cloned, but that's different. Yeah. I'm just trying to think around here. It to be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I believe that they're looking to actually grow replacement organs separately in places. I saw a video this week in Israel where they're actually got a machine that prints meat, believe it or not, which is along the same lines, I'd imagine, making synthetic things. It's again, I've got a lot of things. Man playing. I don't know. Not everyone here is religious, so I understand. But man playing God. That is a fear. And what do you breed? What's the next step? Okay, you're trying to do something good for humanity, when they're already telling us there's too many people on the planet anyway, which we know is nonsense. The birth rate's going down like mad at the moment. The whole idea of doing it, killing. So you put for me, a human brain, and I'm thinking engineering wise here, is meant for my fingers, my toes, and everything else, how it operates. Okay, we've just been discussing this, but yeah. A human brain in a pig, the way it functions would be surely very different. Yeah, and I know using this example. Well, okay.
We don't know because you know they haven't got as far as developing an adult pig with a human brain. You don't know if the pig would be able to talk.
Well, I would imagine that again
would have emotions.
It would probably have emotions. It would probably have reason. Talking might be a little bit more complex because of the way that the muscles work. Well, okay. Yeah, the way the tongue and everything else, humans are designed in a certain way. I'm thinking from an engineering point of view. And interfacing would be the term I would use. How would you interface that? At some point, you'd have to have some sort of artificial thing to actually do it. And I'm talking again about the limbs. Have some sort of unit would be similar to that, because a pig's muscles around its mouth will still be very, very different for humans. And you learn this when you become a teacher, and I've spoken to a linguist, how we train our tongue and things like this.
Once again, we don't know if this chimera would have a pig's face, a complete pig's face.
Well, that's it.
You know, it'll be a mixture of the two, just like a mule and a donkey. You know,
well, again,
they're similar, but they're very different.
Yeah,
you know, and also one of the things that I touched on was, when does life begin? Well, for religious people, life begins from inception.
Yeah.
So you know they're killing these embryos, which could be human. You know, up to 20 weeks, and that, you know, is that ethical?
Well, yeah, okay, I'll eat meat and everything. Is killing any animal ethical? Some people would argue, but
no, but we're talking human.
Yeah, but I'm going into this.
We can't let that escape.
Yeah, but I'm making the point: killing anything to some people is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to that argument. Yeah, but the other thing is, yes, if it's human, that can't be ethical. in my thinking now, just thinking now, you are killing a life that could potentially be a reasoning, interacting thing in society. I mean, it's a frightening thought. And again, you step away from, remember the 1984 novel where they test tube, they were creating humans and things like that, and banning other activities as well that created humans. You're getting dangerously close to that. Again, I'm jumping forward a bit, there's argument, but we're pushing that. So we could be running into a different agenda, and we could be building things. I mean, you could build, you could be building the ideal human, as you say, chimera, for military purposes, something that could move quite quickly, reason, do something.
Send them into battle just to be slaughtered.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this discussion, can you please like, subscribe and share it? Thank you.